December 29th, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. Sweetie! You have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene.
So then, where were you when the murder took place?
We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room.
While you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right?
Exactly. He told me to wait and be in the room because he would be right back.
That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right?
That's what it seems like.
But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right?
Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off.
Which means?
It means the ringmaster could have taken his costume when he went out looking like Max.
Fabulous! That's fabulously possibility.
Well done, Nick. Well done indeed.
However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did it go?
Double.
Wow, Max! I never thought of that! You should be a detective!
Jeez, says while running out of the room.
There must have been like fentanyl in the vents of the courtroom that day.
Just imagine like why I have to use the bathroom. So she's like, yelling out while she's running to the bathroom.
You okay?
Have that minty. So early.
Tiny bit, maybe.
Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision.
That's really cool!
Fabulous! This mystery just keeps getting deeper.
December 29th, 12:06 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Carmel, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well, I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Mr. Lawrence Curls, please take the stand.
Why did she just call him a pitiful clown?
The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record.
In West Cloudadelphia, born and raised.
Name and occupation.
Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom my entire life. I wasn't quite sure what jokes best suited to this sort of occasion.
What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court.
Oh, yeah, maybe this joke's okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? But a couple of clowns who were up to no good started...
Your name.
Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown.
You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct?
Yes it is.
Very well, Mr. Curls, will you please testify to what you saw that evening?
A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into this plaza.
Without the humor. Please.
Okay.
Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court.
I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh in 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing?
Are you the one? Are we the one supposed to be asking questions here?
Witness.
Huh?
You will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. I won't listen to them, but please stick to the facts of the case.
Really? You'll hear me out?
Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later.
Thank you, I can't wait.
Poor gumshoe.
Now that that's settled, shall we once again begin with the testimony?
Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head.
It's very interesting if this eyewitness account is to be believed. I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized.
However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. I want to get out of here quickly.
It just makes it funnier when it just says very fast.
That must be because of my insincere smile.
Mr. Wright, begin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, you gotta find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. Prove him to be a liar.
I know that!
Mr. Wright, stop shouting at her.
Your Honor?
I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not gonna bully him to death.
I understand, Your Honor.
If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible.
Why am I responsible? I'm not the one making the corny jokes. You say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct?
See, that's the thing.
Huh?
How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock, that way I can make a great joke. You know, you want to hear the joke? A man goes to his doctor, and the doctor says, "How is the number 1? The man says, "Every day at 6. The doctor says, "Ah! Every day at 7! What's the dog? I slept too late!"
Yes! These are exactly the kind of jokes you should save for that detective.
Ow!
You knew that would happen. Don't look at me like that.
Mr. Wright,
What? I'm
you
not
are
so
hereby
penalized!
penalized. This will not become a kangaroo court.
I thought
I will kill you.
I didn't realize you'd actually get punished for doing that. This isn't funny at all! In more ways than that one!
What? In more ways, that one?
Sorry, I stopped typing there.
I better say more of this. You'd say that practice wrapped up about 10 p.m., correct?
See, that's the thing.
Huh?
We just went through this. How am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke.
Let's not make it 8 p.m., alright, Mo?
What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of clowning around.
Come on, Nick. Just listen to his joke again. I want to hear it. It was so funny, Nick.
There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with the actual facts?
You are so boring! Oh, I can't stand it!
You do this one after you do the first one. It's kind of weird. But
Maya just really loves hearing jokes, even if she heard it out like 100 times.
You watch the same sitcom over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, you skipped. You were pooped that night?
Yes, I was very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food.
What?
The double cheese double. Bean enchilada. It's a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days.
That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. What are you doing?
I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny it earned you a penalty.
What is this one?
I will kill you, Mr. Wright.
Okay. Does that stop pressing?
Present again.
Huh?
Not present, press again.
Here?
Yeah.
Far away. You say if you had to say exactly how far away were they?
Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they look about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window.
Just 30 feet? That's not far at all.
It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility.
I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw.
That one gonna give me a penalty.
I guess it's just... you have to judge whether or not it looks like it could be an easy setup for a joke.
You have to press only the ones that are actually important.
You'd say that you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away?
That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Ms. Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols?
Uppity symbols?
Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to become one? Alright, everybody knows what to do. All together now, say it with Uncle Mo. I'm out! See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me except for one crazy guy. I must be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza!
Enough foolishness. Get back on track.
Would the witness please testify as to what he saw and only what he saw? I won't penalize you again.
You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head?
Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story.
He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with?
You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
That's not what I meant. You said... you did say you did see everything, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon.
Mo! Did you or did you not see the crime of the murder committed that night?
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. The judge will kill you.
Literally. Looking at that health bar.
Isn't this a bit melodramatic?
It's like, does it provide good evidence? And the judge just grabs a gun out of his thing and shoots him.
So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime?
Of course I have grounds to make this claim.
Then let's hear it.
That's something I can't share with you at this time.
What? What did you just say, Mr. Wright?
I know there's something wrong with this testimony. I can't put why I feel this way into words for the judge.
Maybe we should get a bit more information. Once we find something more solid, we can give it another shot.
Yeah, you're right.
Mr. Wright. Before we continue, I must kill you. That's enough. This court sees no reason to keep Phoenix alive. Nor is there any reason or any need to decide the case against the defendant. It's extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Billy Bob Johns, guilty. I will now shoot Phoenix. To be held at a pending trial, Billy Bob will be held a month for now. That is all. Phoenix, I will now shoot you.
It's a good thing I saved.
You did a little while ago, but at least you know what to press on now.
Maybe here? I don't think I pressed this. You just happened to glance out the window?
You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed.
Mr. Curls.
Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either.
What should I do? I wonder if I should press him any further on this issue. Keep pressing. Exactly. Why did you look out the window that night?
Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they?
That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday.
Once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant clonk. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot?
Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. You did not just simply glance out of this window that night.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that clonk, didn't I? Owie, owie, owie!
There's something you just forget to mention.
Oh, yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony.
Very well, Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony.
This should start turning the tables in our favor.
I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside.
What was the sound like?
Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say,
Mr. Curls, may the court remind you, humor is evil.
oh, how'd you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess it sounded like, I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly.
Someone getting hit, huh?
What then? You went to look at the window and you saw...
So might as well save again. Try this. You say you saw the ringmaster getting clonked over the head.
Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story.
He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with?
I just told you that I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
That's not what I meant. I meant, did you see everything, didn't you?
Well, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Hee hee hee.
Mo! Did you or did you not see the crime of the murder committed that night?
Getting a weird sense of deja vu.
Phoenix, stop it! You better have an excellent reason this time. If you don't, the judge is gonna kill you again.
Isn't this a bit melodramatic?
So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix? Right.
Do you actually have evidence this time, though? Look at the court record.
Well, this time he admitted that
He admitted that he heard a thump.
That's what made him look out the window.
So he didn't see the guy get struck. 'Cause he already heard it.
He says he wasn't struck twice.
The autopsy report might say.
Oh, yeah. Where's the autopsy report? Where do I see this?
You are seeing it.
Oh.
I guess it doesn't say.
I'm still gonna say it. I've got a great reason to make my claim.
And I suppose you'll be telling us all what that great reason is?
Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony.
What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright?
Mo said that he heard a thump sound. Heard it sound like a thump. Or clunk.
What did he say, Mr. Wright? Well, I suppose he did say something like that.
However, Mo just stated, following under oath.
I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone.
1972, a crack crown unit was sent under guard.
Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car.
Mr. Curls, are you citing the C-Team theme to anger this court?
No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great job, Nick!
These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back layers of the clown and make clown makeup to find the truth.
Well,
You're back from your jog.
well, it pretty much happened the way I said.
Pretty much.
When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement.
But Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again.
So now you are saying you did not see the defendant clunk? the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out.
Checked out?
Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say.
Mr.
What, Your Honor?
Did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes! Exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Okay, please testify to this silhouette you saw, and I expect the truth. If I catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn etiquette.
Got it. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't see what he was carrying.
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yeah?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that.
All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination.
I'm nervous now. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% certain that it was Max?
I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that.
Doesn't seem like he is jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's look over this again, then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night?
There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols.
Trilla said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could be wearing them. What if someone just had taken Max's symbols and worn them?
I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max.
You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap.
You're sure that is what you saw that night?
Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk.
Don't birds have terrible night vision?
That's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted. There's no doubt it was him.
If you were able to see that kind of detail from your window...
There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much.
Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like?
I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye.
Our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20.
That must mean he could have seen the crime clearly.
The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes.
Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was.
So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding?
That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused the loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard.
Too bad. I haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure.
They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report.
I'm just saying, the monkey had a lot of things.
He had a trombone.
It had to be like, yeah, he could have done with the trombone. With Trillo's testimony, and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer.
Nick! You have to find a contradiction in this.
It's not going to be enough.
What?
I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I gotta do it. How to do that?
Is there anything he's leaving out?
Maybe he's leaving out Puppet Boy.
So he's supposed to be at the plaza.
We'll reread his whole testimony.
I mean, doesn't talk about the white roses. Do you have white roses to present?
I have a poster with his 3 symbols.
Make the white roses guy proud and present it.
I feel like Jalen O trying to lead somebody to the secret word on You Bet Your Life.
Well, I don't know how the white roses are that important.
You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols.
I suppose so. The sail cat and the cloak, right?
Mo! Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols.
Yay! Everyone get ready! Hold together now!
Sail
Who cares if we knew that they were there or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols, and he forgot to mention just one. Isn't that right, Mo?
Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.141596.
Silence, fool! You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions.
Oh, duh. Oh, duh.
Mo! Did you see the roses? Did you?
To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person that I saw.
The crime scene is dark. It was obvious. It was too dark to see that kind of detail.
But the witness said he was able to see the silhouettes of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way you could have missed that.
Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim.
If that was the case, then the police should have found them near the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of the case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with this court.
I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony?
There's no way I can mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece get-up? How could you... Oh.
Trillo saw them all! Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there was only 2. No, there were no witnesses with white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction.
Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness had stated without a doubt that he saw Max and Billy on Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now.
Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case.
Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. Seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
I've come to the conclusion, I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling.
A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
There's no doubt in my mind. There were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. You are going to prove to me that there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement. You better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got a single shot at this. You gotta be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need.
I want to save now.
This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
No question in your mind?
Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that?
I see.
Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma! Where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the scene of the crime. off at the crime scene. That means...
The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing the hat the entire time that he was on the crime scene.
I wasn't wearing the hat. That's not true.
Order, Mr. Coles!
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things.
Please don't kill me, Your Honor. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you don't like it? No matter how many gold I get, I'll always be younger than you.
Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear that I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid.
It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left the scene wearing the dumb silk hat. He was there.
Huh? He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now.
Just a couple seconds now. What do you mean?
Mo!
What do you want?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of a crime?
What? He went. What do you mean? How did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
This witness's testimony is full of holes. Miss Von Karma's protest is useless.
You've got a point. Let us hear what the witness has to say on this matter.
I think the judge is possessed.
Is that all right with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I expected you to say. You'd say. You sure that's how he left?
What? Say what?
I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to hop on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story on as to how the criminal left the scene? The picture. The picture. The picture.
I guess that's what
There's no footsteps.
Look at this photograph. The problem is the footprints in the snow.
Footprint?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Ay, 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 ay! Do you have anything to say?
So Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene?
He
Your Honor! This witness has clearly proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. To move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. That's what I do.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in.
Wait just a second! You guys can't ignore everything I've just said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
You wait a second! I think you said more than enough for today.
That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I've got a feeling things gonna get worse before they get better.
Why did she say that like old Southern like?
Mr. Lawrence Curls.
Yes?
The testimony you've provided up until now has been false.
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just
what?
It's just I was a bit confused on a bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Order! Order! I will have order! Francisco Von Karma! How could you?
He went from being on droopy meds at the beginning of the case to being roid rage.
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from the witness, you would have exactly have the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curl.
Ha! You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic dribble.
How many testimonies is called the truth?
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's what I saw. This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was... how do I put it into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of the crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
What he just said was so strange. I don't think he would have made it up.
Means that he is telling the truth?
That's what I think.
Nick, wait. That means Max actually used magic.
Yikes, you're right. Ow!
Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist.
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. Criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile!
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5.
Hey, sweeties! What in the world's going on?
That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared.
Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy.
But it looks so effortless for you on the stage.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me up through the air.
Wow. You just told me the secret to your magic.
No! I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule!
I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the tricks to their tricks.
Tricks are for kids!
Nick, what do we do now?
All we can do now is hope. We find the flying criminal in court tomorrow.
I'm hoping. Great idea. Let's do our best to catch this sucker.
Sucker.
To be continued.
It's like all your characters slowly turn southern.